Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you can play a song called Cannonball by Michele. And we end up capoing this on 2nd fret to kind of match the recording. We're going to start off with kind of our intro progression, starting on a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. It sounds really happy. And then from the D major, we're going to go into an E minor chord when we play E minor. First finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor 7 and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to go into a G major chord when we play G major. First finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, third finger on the high E string 3rd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord that sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. That's another way you can play your G major through the song. And then from the G, we're going to be going to an A major chord when we play A major. First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string on the 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about using something called A7 sus, where you do the first finger on the D string 2nd, second finger on the G string 2nd, third finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds an A7 sus. Think about that for your A. And that's basically our intro progression. It's kind of D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our verse part. And our verse kind of mixes things up until the very end of the verse. We have this cool little mix-up where we do a D major to an E minor chord, and then we go to a B minor chord when we play B minor. First finger normally goes across the entire 2nd fret, second finger on the B string 3rd fret, third finger on the D string 4th fret, pinky on the G string 4th fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about using a really cool B minor 7, where you do the first finger on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the high E string 2nd fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor 7 chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about a cool drone voicing for B minor, where you do the first finger on the A string 2nd, second finger on the G string 2nd, third finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. That could be a cool substitute for your B minor. So B minor 7 with a G and a D. Kind of have her G added. And then from the B minor, then we go to the A major at the very, very end. Now a lot of times with a song like this though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you take the D and just try that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part is those chords kind of sound half. One way to work that is just kind of as a down, down, up on those chords. E minor, G down, down, up, A down, down, D down, down, up, E minor down, down, up, G down, down, up, A down, down, up. Or you may want to kind of half the strum pattern between them and have D with a down, down, up, E minor, up, down, up, G down, down, up, A up, down, D down, down, up, E minor, up, down, G down, down, up, A up, down, up. We end up doing that 7 times through our verse until we get to kind of that D, down, up, E minor, and then a B minor, A, change at the very end. And then from there, then we go into our pre-chorus part, which is kind of a variation on that. And we have this cool little tag at the end of our pre-chorus where we do a B minor to an A, to a G, and then an A, and kind of lead us into our chorus part, which kind of takes a lot of those things and mixes it up. So now we got D, down, up, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A. Now the weird part is to play along with the recording though. Instead of starting on a D major chord, we're actually starting on an E major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 2nd fret, then now your D major is really an E major chord, your E minor is really an F sharp minor, your G major is really an A major chord, and your A major is really a B major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, you may want to kind of work that intro as just kind of the downstrokes. G, D, E minor, G, A, and then from there, then we'll be going into our first verse. And you may want to work it as kind of just that down, down up on each chord. G, down, up, A, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, down, up, A, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, down, up, A, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, down, up, A. Or you may want to half the pattern. D, down, up, E minor, G, A, D, down, up, E minor, up, down, up, G, A, D, E minor, G, A. And then last time we got our D, E minor, and then our B minor, A. Change the beat into our pre-chorus part. So then we try our pre-chorus that way. We have the D, E minor, G, A. And you can always kind of mix that up. Actually, it can be kind of cool to make the changes in different places. D, down, E minor on the up, pretty cool. G, A, and then B minor, A, G, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part. So our D, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next verse. Now, something else that I think about adding to the song, though, is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the A, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the B minor, when we get to it, we have the A string for the bass on the B minor chords. So we tried our next verse with basses. We'd have D, E minor, G, A, 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 G, A, D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, until that last time when we kind of get our change to our B minor, D, E minor, B minor, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. So we'll be back on our D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our next chorus part. So we're back to our D, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A. And then from there, then we'd be going into kind of an intro return for our bridge. It's kind of just that D, E minor, just with downs again. G, A, D, E minor, G, A. And then we pick it up, back up on our pre-chorus part. So our D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, A, D, E minor, G, A. And then our B minor, A, G, A. And then from there, then we'll be going into our last chorus. So D, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A, D, E minor, G, A, B minor, A, G, A. We got a big D at the very end. Feel free to kind of, embellish this in any way you want to. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Cannonball. So good luck!